Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Warsword Conquest, Skaven edition. Now, when we left off, I threw my monitor out the window, and thankfully enough, there was an old bed outside the window, and it landed on it, and then rolled over to the grass, which was rather nice, and of course the grass was not wet either, even though it has been raining. It was miraculously placed in the one place on the grass that was dry. So yes, thankfully enough, I was able to get it in here again, and it's a little bit muddy, but I think we should be fine to be able to see. So just make sure that if I miss any shots, then that will be due to the griminess of my monitor screen. Yes, of course, all jokes aside, we were rather disappointed by that is for sure. Now, we do have still a pretty reasonable amount of units. The only unfortunate thing about them, of course, is that most of our units that we lost were rather sturdy, and in place of them, we have some night goblins, which, well, I would say aside from the squig riders and, well, the Night Goblin war bosses, and maybe the fanatics as well, they are, well, let's just say not too tough for us to have in our army here. But we are going to be now attacking these bandits here. 32 bandits. I do think this will be a good idea because we might be able to recruit some Skaven units from this village, because it does, well, technically it is owned by the Skaven, but we will see. I'm not entirely sure how that works in this mod, because I know in some mods the native units, or shall we say the units that the village previously belonged to, such as the Goblins, or I think this is actually a dwarven town or castle that the Goblins took, but in theory, if we are able to, I suppose, transfer our relation with this village and make a really high relation with them, then we'll be able to recruit so many Skaven units from here, and maybe, as a result of that, we might have a very good chance of... Oh no. This is not good! That was definitely not good. How dare you let Slythe of Skaven Blight get taken out? Oh, well. It doesn't appear as though that is going to make too much difference, even though we lost a huge amount of our units there. Look at this. All of these guys were wounded? Wow, okay, that is impressive. Only 32 bandits. Okay, so we're going to be, of course, refusing it so that we get more relation. Now we have 7 relation with them, and yes, it does seem that they are now converted, because before, when the Dwarves owned this area, no doubt there would be Dwarven units to be recruited from here. And, of course, when the Goblins owned it, then Goblins would be available. So that is good to know. That is very good to know. So if we are able to swarm over the land, as every Skaven unit should be able to do, then we'll have a very good chance of being able to recruit Skaven units all the time, which will be amazing. Now, the one thing I do want to make sure of is we're just going to head back to Skaven areas here. Orcs and the Empire of Sigmar have just made peace, as you saw there, and we are not very happy with our leader, that is for sure. But many of you actually told me something very interesting, and that is, of course, that we need to gain more renown. As you see, we only have 160 renown. We need 200 for us to have a very good chance of being able to be awarded some extra fief. So, I think... Who are we at war against here? Well, the Goblins, of course, and that does appear to be it. Well, let's take a look at our inventory really quick here, and we'll just see. Okay, so I have quite a bit of loot. I am going to be, I think, heading back to Skaven Blight, selling these various pieces of loot here. I'm going to be selling this fine honey, I believe, because one of you did mention in the comments that it would be a good idea to sell some of the more exquisite foodstuffs, because, of course, they do yield more money. So I'm just scrolling over here, just making sure that we're not missing out on anything totally extravagant. Of course, this rotten pork can probably go, and yes, that will be fine. Great. Okay, so we'll head back to Skaven Blight, and we'll see how much money we're going to be gaining from the various loot that we acquired from the Empire units, I do believe we fought a couple of episodes ago. Yes, I think we still have that. Interesting. Okay, well, at least we are not at war against the pirates, so we can very easily pass on by here. Maybe we should head into their town to sell, but I think maybe Skaven Blight would be fine. So, yes, I am just so incredibly irritated by the fact that we could have had a war academy now, and a war academy would enable us, of course, to recruit many Ratogres, and various other units, of course, too. So, let's just sell these. Whoa, 20,000 gold they have. Okay, this is going to be very nice indeed. So, let's sell this fine honey. Nice 1,700 we are gaining here. Very nice. And we'll buy a few pieces of bread and some grain, some fine fruit. There we have it. Okay, I think that should be fine. Now, I'm hopefully going to find a Skaven vassal here. Okay, we'll just speak to this fellow. Maybe he'll give us a quest of some sort. I think it might be an idea. Oh my goodness, really? Everyone wants Eleanor. No, you are a minor vassal, so I am not giving this to you. How dare you? Well, maybe he's not a minor vassal, but I wouldn't know otherwise. He only has 127 in his party, but he does have a rather considerable amount of plague priests and so forth. But nevertheless, we are now going to be heading on to Goblin lands. Or are we? Maybe? Well, what is the best way to get renown? I think the best way to get renown is probably to fight some trolls. So what I might actually end up doing is heading on over to Troll Country, which is probably going to take me quite a bit of time to get there. So I will cut away, and upon gaining a sufficient amount of renown, hopefully we'll get around 190. We'll get to 190, shall I say. We won't get that amount. No, it's going to take a long time to get that. But as soon as I am at 190, I will cut back and we will enjoy getting 200 renown, and then we'll head down to Gantuk Castle, and we will attempt to take that if there aren't many units there. So, I will see you soon. Okay, so after a very recent battle with a couple of trolls, we have come across our weekly budget here. Now, as you see, we are gaining quite a significant amount from the dye works, and the rents from our chateau village are reasonable, not bad, but we are still losing a large amount of money. And you know the ironic thing? If we had been granted that castle, we would probably be completely fine. Although our wealth is actually not anything to sniff at. We have 30,000, so not bad at all. As you see, we are in the troll lands, and I have been attempting to stalk quite a few trolls as we are running through here. As you see, we do have 5 prisoners, and I have leveled up, so we do need to speak to Slive in just a moment, and we'll see what he can level up with. So, let's see. Can I find one last party of trolls? As you see here, we have 196 renown, so one more party will be enough for us to have 200, and hopefully that will be enough to be granted a fief, hopefully. That would be wonderful. Oh no. Oh no. Really? Can I not find any trolls now? How is that? I was finding trolls one after the other, and then as soon as I start recording, there it is. No one. Oh yes. That is the Let's Play curse after all. Oh yes, it's striking me once again. Oh dear. Okay, well. Wow, okay. I seriously have no idea. I mean, I'm walking around the place where I've been walking around the whole time, and I am not coming across any trolls whatsoever. That is impressive. The game is conspiring against me, apparently. Oh, is that some trolls? Yes, we've got some trolls. Okay. They are all migrating south because they are so scared of us. Oh yes, come on, we have 6... Oh, I was about to say we have 6 trolls, and we are in pursuit of them, but apparently they were fast enough to escape. We are quite slow, bear in mind, because we do have these 5 trolls in our prisoner's hold, and there it is, 6 trolls, great. Okay, take to the field. This is going to be relatively easy. What I've been doing is just telling everyone to hold position, and, well, I think you'll see what happens in just a moment. So, let's see where they're coming from here. They're coming from over the side. This is where I get not too happy about them coming over this slight hill here, because then our ranged units will not be able to see them until they are almost on top of us. So, do need to be a little bit cautious about that, because on one of my encounters, we did lose about 20 units to unconsciousness, thanks to, well, I'm going to say thanks to one of our companions ordering them terribly. Yes, one of our companions, not me. Okay, so let us make sure that all of our units are going to be completely fine here. And we also, of course, need to deal some damage ourselves. I'm hoping that some of our Poisoned Wind Globadiers are going to be able to take some of them down, knock them unconscious a little bit. Our Warlock Engineers are a little bit too effective, as you can no doubt see. And, wow, a Night Goblin Archer, goodness me. Didn't really want him to get the experience, that's for sure, but nevertheless, there it is. 8 renown was gained, and we do have a couple of Chaos Tribesmen there, which I will not be taking, of course, but it is always nice to know that they do have those as prisoners. And we do have another batch of trolls nearby, so I think we're going to be heading over there and taking them on after we have leveled up a couple more of our units here. And Nakwacha has actually advanced, so let's see. I have no idea. She has such low stats that I really have no idea what I should spec her into. I mean, shield would be good, weapon master, maybe riding skill? I think riding skill might actually help her out more than anything. Wouldn't it? Probably. So let's level up her agility. Let's go for some in riding skill because she's only running on foot at the moment. I think it might be a good idea to get her some mobility. And of course Weapon Master would also help her out quite a bit too. So maybe in a future level we'll level up her intelligence, get 2 skill points, and then we'll be able to level up them both relatively nicely. So I think that will be fine. We'll level up our Halfling here. We'll level him up into a Ram Rider. And then a Halfling Moot Knight. Okay. Well, that's rather amusing. So, let's head on over to Slive. As we see here, we only have 51 HP. However, what we do need to concentrate on, in my opinion, is trainer skill. We don't need looting, because Eleanor is absolutely beastly in that regard. Oh yes, one of you did mention, why did I level up tactics? Well, the main reason why I leveled up tactics is because battle advantage, as far as I am aware, what that does is it actually increases the amount of units that you gain on the battlefield in comparison to your opponents. For example, if I have 4 in tactics as I do now, and we are 100 units, and the enemy has 100 units, but they only have 0 in tactics, then we will get, I don't know, 60 units, and they'll get 40. So I'm hoping that that analogy actually works, because if it doesn't, then I apologize, but hopefully that explained it a little bit better, and hopefully I'm understanding it as well as I can. But there it is. I think that is probably it. Now, what I would like to do is level up his charisma, if possible, because, of course, charisma levels up leadership, and we do need more space for units. So, shall I do that, or shall I just level up trainer, weapon master, or what? Inventory management? Not really going to help, is it? Well, I was going to level up intelligence, but I'm thinking charisma for now, and we'll just level up inventory management. Or trainer. Trainer stacks with the rest of our companions as well. That reminds me, do we have Erasmus on this playthrough, or is that Chaos playthrough? I think that is probably Chaos. That's unfortunate, because Erasmus has 6 in trainer, and he is absolutely beastly on that regard. So I think we'll probably try to find a couple more companions as I am making my way down to Goblin Lands in just a moment. So, first off, let's head on over to take out these trolls. It really turned to the evening just as I was about to engage them. That is unfortunate. Okay, well, I'm thinking they're probably going to be making their way into this area here, so hopefully we'll come across them. If we don't... Oh, yes! There they are! Oh, it's actually a different band of trolls, but nevertheless, we will be able to catch them up relatively easily. Oh my goodness! These guys are actually attacking us? Well, they are getting a little bit too big for their boots, aren't they? Or maybe I am, who knows. So, let's see. Where are they coming from? 9 trolls. I think it's probably the largest amount of trolls I've fought in a while. I do know that we did fight 12 trolls on camera at some point, but they were 2 groups, and they had obviously merged together and united against us. It's a whole union of them. Oh no. Oh, nice shots right there. Good. We can level up our firearm proficiency a little bit better. And I think I probably do need to shoot a little bit more because there are 9 trolls here. Usually I don't like to shoot at all because I like our units to do most of the work, just in case one of our poisoned wind globadiers gets one of them knocked unconscious. There we are, like that. That is excellent. Good. Now let's see. Are they actually even going to make it to us? It's probably not going to happen. Come on, Poisoned Wind, Globadiers. Ah, okay. Well, we took one. That's fine. We now have 6 total in our prisoner's hold. That will be 6,000 and 11 renown right there. 6,000 gold and 11 renown. Not bad. We're able to take some pork, but I don't think it's worth it. It does rot relatively fast. So I'd like to try and prevent that from happening as much as I can. More Warlock Engineers here. Veteran Clan Rats. More Claw Vermin. I would like to get some more Storm Vermin, Fang Vermin eventually. And hopefully that will work out quite nicely. So, let's head on to Kislev. And we will try to find a couple of companions along the way. On the way down to Gantuk Castle, of course. Because we do now have over 200 renown. So hopefully that will be enough for us to be granted some excellent... Oh, hello. Some excellent fiefs, but, as you see here, we have a Skaven unit. Aha. What's your story?
I have no story, really. I have been mocked and ridiculed my whole life. Skeezel is my name.
Does this mean that you have terrible stats? If you do, then... Oh no, this is going to be terrible.
For most of my life, I was weak. Beyond weak, really. But I always wanted to be an assassin and be respected by Clan Eshin. I tried to better myself for years in the old world. I never gave up despite knowing my ability, but no one would really help me. And I was always a laughingstock.
Oh my, that voice is terribly difficult to do, I apologize. Then I came to this part of the world and Clan Rictus offered me friendship and training to become a Storm Vermin. Oh, that's pretty cool. My whole life I only wanted to be Eshin. But it was Rictus who took me as their own. I know I am not that strong compared to most, but for the first time in my life, I can defend myself, and be of service to those I wish to help. Oh my goodness, well, we have a lot of money, so I should be able to afford you, hopefully. And he has good polearm training. 1,000 gold, that's pretty cheap. Okay, we'll take you, thank you. And there's that fellow over there, but I don't think it fits our theme as much as I would like it to. Okay, yes, that is fine, great, okay. We have found a new companion, that is always a good thing. And we'll head on to the next Empire of Sigmar town, and maybe we'll come across a couple of bandits that we could potentially fight. I was hoping to find a ransom broker in that area, but unfortunately not going to be the case this time around. Maybe in this one, we'll be able to sell our trolls for a very tidy profit. Is this Gotrek? It is! Oh my goodness, and there's a leopard company as well, goodness me. Okay, well, we're definitely going to be getting Gotrek, because apparently, according to many of you in the comments, this fellow is an absolute beast. So, let's do it. Hold on one moment, before we go on adventuring, I need to go on a drinking binge. I ask you to fund this, and it would cost 9,000 gold. Not 9,001 gold? Over 9,000? No, okay. Well, 9,000 gold it will be, and he has joined us. Well, in the grand scheme of things, we're probably going to want to look at these two stats, so let's do that. We'll take a look at Skeezel first, because he's no doubt going to have absolutely terrible gear. Well, he has a pretty nice helmet, I have to admit. And, wow, a nice polearm as well. It's better than our polearm, that's for sure. And, of course, he's wearing the same legs. So, yes, I think we need to head to Skaven Blight, buy him some chest armor, maybe some gloves as well. Maybe we actually need to get some new gloves too, so that would be an idea. Let's take a look at his skills. Okay, so he has looting in 4. Not great. He has 3 in athletics, that's fine, and that is it. Great in two-handed weaponry, though. But he's using a polearm, so I'm not too sure. Okay, well, we'll see how he does in combat when next we engage someone. And this fellow's wages... Whoa, 73. That indicates to me that he's going to be... Okay, well, you weren't kidding about him being beastly, that's for sure. Yes, you weren't kidding at all. He definitely is deserved of 9,000. Wow. I'll just let you bask in his 93 strength and 148 HP for a little bit here. Look at that, that is insane. Okay, well, I'm very pleased with that. I'm sure that Bjorg and Gotrek are going to be getting on like a house on fire. And look at that axe. It requires 32 strength just to wield it. 70 cutting damage. Oh my goodness. Well, he needs some gloves, so maybe we'll buy him some of those, but yes, I don't think that's going to really dent him in any way whatsoever. 148 HP, seriously? Is he better or stronger than Bjorg? He might be. Well, let's check Bjorg right now, and we'll just see. No, they are actually the same. Wow, with a little bit of a change in terms of power strike and a few other things like athletics and so forth. But goodness me, look at that. That is excellent. Okay, well, I don't believe there is a ransom broker here. Did I check? Yes, I did check. What is that? Wandering Scald. Oh, we could learn a poem? Yes. Let's do that. Just in case we want to woo or court some Skaven woman, or maybe not even a Skaven woman at all. Who knows? So, let's head on now to Gantuk Castle. We have an excellent force, probably capable of taking this without any problems whatsoever, but who knows? We will soon see how well it goes. If there are more than 100 units here, I am rather doubtful that we'll be able to participate in this siege, so I'm hoping this is going to be one of those castles that the Badland Goblins have almost forgotten about, because it is quite far away from their area. Oh yes. I think you know what I'm thinking. I think you do. Okay, so let's take a look here. These dwarves, wow, I've actually been wasting my time with them. Oh my, I thought they actually leveled up, but they don't. That is a real shame. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to head into camp. We're going to take an action. We're going to try to recruit some of... Oh yeah. Shall we try and recruit some of these trolls? I think we're going to take them. I think we are, because, I mean, seriously, we have 2 trolls remaining. That's still 2,000. We can always get more trolls, but look at that. We have 5 trolls. Oh yes, that's going to come in mighty handy against these guys. So let's head in, and we will... No! Oh, I was going to say, we will attempt to build our ladders as quickly as possible, but it's not a ladder, it's a siege tower. Well, thankfully enough, Gotrek has some engineering skill, so it will only take, I say only, take 54 hours. No! That is terrible. That is going to be extremely painful if the goblins decide to come up here. It is really far away from their zone, so it might... Oh. 3 trolls have escaped from your party during the night? Oh, wow. Okay, that was actually mighty disappointing. I was hoping they would stick around, but apparently not. Ah, well, that's a shame. Well, never mind. Hopefully, we will just not get interrupted by any goblin vassals. If we are, then this is going to turn into probably the worst disaster. No! Oh. What was that? Did you see that? What was that? I am literally just so confused right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we can't call for a meeting with the castle commander just yet. I don't think that's even going to make any difference at the moment, but many of you have actually stated that it's probably a good idea to try for that when there aren't many units in the enemy's garrison. So let us, without further ado, head in and lead our soldiers in an assault. So let's do it.